Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I will explain Ranbir Kapoor's movie. So if you still do not subscribe my channel, then first subscribe it and also press a bell icon for latest update. In the very beginning of the movie, we see a boy whose name was Barfi who lived in Darjeeling with his father. After birth of Barfi, his mother died, so his father raised Barfi till now with single hand. His father realizes that Barfi was a mute and deaf boy, but Barfi was a very joyful person. Coincidentally, with the action of Barfi, his neighbor and villagers were feeling very chaosed. As a result, Inspector Sudhanshu Datta was always chased Barfi for his naughtiness. In next scene, we can see a girl whose name was Shruti Ghosh, who lived in Darjeeling due to posting of her father in Darjeeling. Accidentally, Barfi and Shruti meet each other. Barfi fall in love with Shruti with love at first sight. Barfi tries to impress Shruti with his silly accents in their second and third meeting. One day, Barfi proposed Shruti, but Shruti told that she is already engaged. Barfi covers the incident with talks that she forgets to proposal and be his best friend. Shruti did not control her smile and both are being very best friend. Shruti enjoys roaming with Barfi in Darjeeling. Here we find that Shruti belongs to very rich family. Shruti was born with golden spoon. Shruti finds happiness with Barfi. Shruti's future husband, whose name was Ranjit, also belongs to a very rich family. During the friendship, Shruti feels that she is in love with Barfi. Shruti's mother finds the relationship and affection of her daughter towards Barfi, and Shruti's mother takes Shruti with her to someone place where she pointed out one man and told her that she was deeply in love with that person when she was young. Now, that strange person was doing a hard work for survival. If she did not choose her father as husband, she did not live very well. So her mother advised Shruti to think practically, not emotionally. Barfi was not economically stable and not perfect for Shruti. Next day, Barfi wrote his all emotions and feelings in the letter and went to Shruti's home to asking her hand for marriage proposal. As soon as Barfi gave letter to Shruti's father, Shruti's mother snatched the letter before her husband and says that Barfi is coming for donation. At that time, Barfi shows Shruti's husband and Barfi understands all scenario and Shruti's father gave donation to Barfi. When Barfi was going, Shruti calls him from behind. Barfi told Shruti in his sign language that if she want to leave him, then why she gave hope to him. Later on, Barfi forgave Shruti and best wishes to her for her future life. In the next scene, we see a very special girl who was mentally disabled and her name was Jilmil. Jilmil stays at the hostel where mentally disabled children lived. Barfi's father was driver of Jilmil's family. Jilmil was disliked by her father and as mother as well as her sister. Jilmil's grandfather and her nanny very kind to Jilmil and they also likes Jilmil. Jilmil's grandfather was not feeling very well, so he decides to live with Jilmil and they take Jilmil at home to hostel. Suddenly grandfather became very ill and they died. Grandfather registered all property will to the name of Jilmil. Jilmil's parent was accusing each other for property. With the death of grandfather, they fired nanny and driver who was Barfi's father. Here, with broken heart, Barfi was feeling very sad. Suddenly, Barfi's father went ill and Barfi needs money for operation of his father. For sake of money, Barfi plans to kidnap Jilmil. Barfi went to kidnap Jilmil, but someone already kidnapped Jilmil before Barfi. Barfi escapes hardly from Jilmil's house. Next, Barfi plans to rob a bank for 7,000 rupees. The police inspector suspects Barfi and Barfi tries to escape from there. Barfi hides in car from saving himself. In that car, Barfi sees a Jilmil who is unconscious. Jilmil's father gave money to kidnappers, but Barfi takes Jilmil with him. Jilmil was very frightened by Barfi. Barfi was successful to calm down Jilmil. Now both are very comfortable with each other and live together. Barfi and his friend decides to borrow money instead of Jilmil from her father. They left letter for money at Jilmil's home. Jilmil's father takes 7,000 rupees with police, but Barfi leaves with money safely. When Barfi went to hospital with money, Barfi realizes that his father was no more. So Barfi decided to leave Jilmil at her home. So Barfi leave her at her home. Jilmil did not enter in her house and she was chasing Barfi. Barfi comforts her, but she did not want to go her home. Later on, Barfi leave her at her nanny's home. When Barfi want to leave nanny's home, at that time Jilmil did not leave his hand. So Barfi realizes that Jilmil wants to live with him. Barfi takes Jilmil with him and arrives Kolkata. For the sake of their survival, Barfi did working in vessel shop. Barfi and Jilmil lives in rented house very happily. Coincidentally, Shruti comes in that shop where Barfi was working. After so many years, both were meet each other and feeling strange. Now, Shruti was married Ranjit, but they did not fall in love with each other because Ranjit was very rich and busy businessman, so he did not have time for Shruti. Shruti was feeling very loneliness in her life. Both are living in same house but their souls are separated. After meeting Shruti, Barfi regained his memorable moments with Shruti. Barfi tastes his friendship with both Shruti and Jilmil. According to Barfi, during the crisis, who left his hand was not being a good friend of him. Shruti did not pass the exam of friendship. Barfi also tries this test with Jilmil, where Jilmil did not let go of his hand. So Barfi understands that Jilmil was a single person who stands with him by lifetime. One day Shruti comes to home of Barfi and Barfi introduces Jilmil to Shruti. Now Shruti and Barfi was being a friend once again. Shruti finds the connection of Barfi and Jilmil. She did not like their closeness. Barfi scolds Jilmil at food cart in front of Shruti. So without telling them, Jilmil escapes from there with anger. Barfi and Shruti were keep finding Jilmil, but they did not find Jilmil anywhere. So they file Jilmil's missing complaint. Through the missing complaint, Darjeeling police finds that Barfi was involved in Jilmil case. So Inspector Sudhanshu comes to Kolkata. As soon as Barfi sees a inspector, Barfi tries to escape, but they fail. Barfi was took away Darjeeling by police. Barfi told whole story of his past and scenario. After that, some random people kidnapped Jilmil and asking for ransom money instead of Jilmil from her father. Her father went to location where they find kidnapper got an accident and they all die with Jilmil. Barfi was being very sad to know about Jilmil's death. Whether the senior police inspector blames on Barfi for death of Jilmil to close the case. Inspector Sudhanshu knows about innocence of Barfi, so they want to save Barfi from police department. That's why Inspector Sudhanshu visits Shruti and tells that she runs away with Barfi for the sake of his innocence. Ranjit knows about friendship of Barfi and Shruti. Ranjit feels very insecure. That's why Ranjit tells Shruti to end up with Barfi. If she did not end up her friendship with Barfi, Ranjit threatens her he might end up with her. Rather than after warning of Ranjit, Shruti runs away with Barfi. Now Shruti thought that she will start her new life with Barfi. After death of Jilmil, Barfi broke down mentally as well as emotionally. Suddenly one day Barfi finds the number which was written on wall. Barfi understands the clue and he finds the number in Jilmil's luggage. Barfi finds that number belongs to Jilmil's cottage. Barfi and Shruti went to that cottage, but Darjo did not give permission to enter that cottage. Darjo was the owner of that cottage and also a mentor of that cottage. So Barfi loudly speak the name of Jilmil, but Barfi did not find Jilmil. Darjo tells him that Jilmil was died already. When Barfi and Shruti returns, Jilmil tells the name of Barfi with sneaking from window. Barfi did not hear the sound of Jilmil, but Shruti hears Jilmil's voice. Shruti thought that she cannot spend her life with Barfi, but Jilmil truly loves Barfi. So Shruti told Barfi about Jilmil. Barfi finally meet up with Jilmil. Here we find that behind the kidnapping of Jilmil, the culprit was her own father. Her father suffers from money crisis. That's why they plans to kidnap Jilmil because Jilmil was the owner of property according to grandfather's will. Barfi and Jilmil went to Kolkata and Shruti arranges the marriage of Barfi and Jilmil. Now, after so many years, at the old age, Barfi went to ill and Shruti arrives to see him. Here, Jilmil was also lying in the same bed where Barfi was lying, and they hug each other and they both are died together. The story ends with such a beautiful end. Shruti also wants such a partner who lives together and ends together with her. But Shruti did not find her love story and become very sad. So friends, see you soon and next